Good morning. Welcome to Brunch with Brian, your home investing live stream. Today we're going to talk about an important role that you need to play to be successful as a real estate investor. And you don't necessarily always think about this, but I love to talk about roles. And I think that the roles you play in life are the secret to whether you're successful or not. How well you adapt yourself to these different roles that you need to play to reach your goals. So one role that I have to play to reach my goals is a loving father, because what's one of my goals? To have a nice family. So I have tried pretty hard, very hard over the years, and that's where priorities start to work in, because what other roles are, demanding of my time? Well, trainer, Brian, trainer me, real estate trainer me. So that takes up obviously a pretty good chunk of my schedule, especially when we used to travel around. That took a lot of time. And so now sometimes your roles conflict. So could real estate trainer me conflict with the role great father me? Sure it could. If I devoted too much time and energy, and if that role got me frustrated or whatever, so I didn't have the time or the loving patience for my kids to play that role of great father. Now, you only have to play great father when the kids are around, and other times when you're helping them or prepping their future or whatever like that. But then there's other times, and part of being a good father, now that's a good point too. Part of being a good father is being a good provider, I feel. So, being a good provider, I need to do that real estate trainer and real estate investing and stuff to be the best provider I can be. So each role has sub roles. So when I say loving father or great father, that could be loving, tuck the kids in for bed, gentle, kind dad. And that could be go out in the world and make a good living dad. So both of those kind of play together. Now, a role that you need to play in real estate investing that a lot of us kind of neglect or don't really realize and slows our progress is good student me. And as you guys know, I love role control. I created role control, and role control is a way of understanding the roles you're playing and being effective in your roles, as effective as possible. And that starts with identifying your roles. So I need you guys to be good student me. What role should you be in right now? Yep, good student me. So type in, guys, good student me, good student me. Now, good student me is a sub role for successful real estate investor me. So we all want to be successful real estate investors and do really well. But guys, sometimes I'm good student me. I have trouble with this role for various reasons, sometimes in certain situations. And yet I was a fabulous student growing up. I graduated summa cum laude from the University of Minnesota. I designed my own major. They had a program where you could do that. So I was a really good student, and I studied, and on and off though. See, then when I was a senior, I had to make up some electives, and I had to take this one course in, believe it or not, it just fell in the schedule the right way, and I thought it'd be interesting. It was geology. So I took Geology 1A as a elective, and I only had to do a pass-fail in that course. So just get it out of the way as an elective. So maybe I wasn't the greatest student there, but what my motivation wasn't there because I didn't really want to learn the material. I didn't care about the material as much. However, guys, every shred of material that you learn in real estate investing can be a key to you making more money. So every little tip, that could be the secret. That could be the tip that is the catalyst that closes that deal. So I want you to always be a good student when you're sharing time with me. If we're doing training, if we're out, on a fun celebration where you guys are going to be coming to our house and that. So pretty soon, when everything is better, we're going to have lots of great events out here in Phoenix, and every event we do out here, most every event, we're going to bring you out to the house here and have a big celebration. And so in that role, I want to be master of ceremonies me. I want to be, the proud master of the party, you know, at the house and everything, proud homeowner, all that. Okay, so you're going to play all these different roles in your life, and this good student role. To answer this right now, who is a good student? You know, say straight A student. If you were a straight A student, I'm going to let you type in there, straight A student. You can brag. You can brag a little bit. And some of us were really good in school. And then when we got out of school, we didn't learn as much. But guys, in every job you do, your regular job, you've always got to be learning because the world's always changing. Even stuff like different ways of connecting with people through social media, that is always evolving quickly. So you need to understand lots of different things. So that's why I want you guys to be good students. So I have a role definition chart. I have a role definition chart for all the roles that I think you need to play. And so one of them, to be successful, what are some of the other roles you're going to need to play to be successful in real estate? Master caller me. You're going to have to be great on the phone. You know what? And you don't have to call it master caller me. I like that name. That name triggers me, makes me feel masterful and in control. If you have a name like great on the phone me, you know, something that inspires you, just whatever it takes to say, I'm going to be in that role between 7 o'clock tonight and, you know, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be master caller me, making my phone calls. And when you can actually time your schedule, when you can do time management and actually not just plan the activity, but plan the role that you're going to be in, that's the new paradigm for time management. So anytime you're making up a daily schedule, I want you to write next to whatever your daily activity is, what role you have to be in to execute that to the best. Sometimes we're out there and we're half in a role, we're half paying attention, we're half doing something. And unless you commit to that role, you're not going to get the most out of that time. So again, good student. So there's traits and skill sets. There's roles. What's your goal? What's your goal of good student me? It's learning and truly understanding real estate investing, for the purposes of our conversation here. So learning real estate investing, the task is already written in. What are your role goals? I want to learn so much that I can teach other people and make millions of dollars. Okay, traits. What kind of traits do you need? I can tell you you're going to need to be patient. That's one thing that's hard for certain people. Actually, Lynette has zero patience and she's very successful. So I don't know why I said that, but sometimes you guys get too antsy and amped up and you know, everything isn't happening right away and you don't have your first deal, you know, under your belt yet. And sometimes it takes a little while for these things to develop. So that's why I say patience, but also persistence. And that's what a great George Washington quote was. I recommend to you the 2 traits I endeavor to practice for myself: patience and perseverance. So if you can do those 2 things. Now, what are the traits do you need? Focus. You need to be able to focus and not be all distracted and, you know, not be able to pay attention. Now, we have a couple of really important, we have mastermind groups, and these sessions we have with them are so important, and there's so much content. But if you're not in that good student role, a lot of that content's going to go right over your head. So that's why it's so important to be as focused as you can in learning situations. And some more traits, you're going to have to also follow up. Learning is not a one-time thing. And so there's going to be some diligence. To be a good student, you have to be diligent and apply yourself. I guess that's sort of the same as being perseverant. So that's some traits that you're going to have. Now, schedule. What's your schedule as a student? I can tell you what your schedule is. Your schedule is every morning from, you know, 8:30 Pacific or 11:30 Eastern to approximately 10 or 15 more minutes right in there. That's part of your good student schedule. Another part is teaching Tuesdays. Wow, we had a great teaching Tuesdays and we got the wrong passcode in there. So a bunch of you guys tried to get in and missed it. So I think we might send that out as a link in an email, because we talked about mortgages, a topic I'm a real expert at, and I teach you a lot about mortgages and how they work. And we had our one of the mortgage brokers we work with here locally, Celeste, come on the phone and answer questions and talk about some deals. Really eye-opening. And some of the ins and outs of some of the deals she's working on for us right now. I think we talked about 4 deals we're working on with her right now, and you really get some great insights. So if you missed that, you can send me an email at support@thewolffcouple.com, but we might just send it out to everybody because that was our fault. Okay, so I want to request, actually write into support@thewolffcouple.com if you want any of our role definition charts. There's one for successful real estate investor me that's very helpful. Guys, if you fill these things out, you really understand the role you need to play. And the more you understand it, the more you can get good at it fast. And some of you are already good at Good Student Me, but this will help you get into that role when you need that role. So you can get this role definition chart for Good Student Me or Master Caller Me. We have all of them. And some of them are partially filled out because there's certain traits that will definitely apply. And some of them I want you to fill out, and there's spaces for you to fill everything out on this. It just says role definition chart 4, and you put your name at the top. And the role name is Good Student Me. And then you just write everything on this one chart, and that really, really helps. And guys, and then if you ever want to get into a role, like if you want to get into Master Caller Me, what do? Look at your chart. All you gotta do is read your chart, and it's amazing. It even has self-talk on there, so it has the right thoughts that you should be thinking right now. Same for Good Student Me, like I am going to apply myself and learn fast. Okay, so that's a good affirmation. So you're going to put affirmations for each role. So let's do that affirmations. I'm going to apply myself and learn fast. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to apply myself and learn fast. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to apply myself and learn fast. Okay, here's another one. I can go into Good Student role anytime I want. Okay, ready? I can go into Good Student role anytime I want. Okay, let's do that one again. I can go into Good Student role anytime I want. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I can go into Good Student role anytime I want. Okay, now if you have that power, that's a very effective power because you're going to learn faster than other people. You're going to pick stuff up and you're going to be able to go out and apply it. Everything you learn from us, you're applying in the real world. There isn't a shred of information that we give you or teach you that isn't meant for you to go and apply it in the real world. So that's the exciting thing about being a good student with us, is that it makes a big difference on the bottom line. So what a great Brunch with Brian. We're going to see some of you guys in our mastermind, great mastermind meeting today. And guys, if you have questions about our mastermind groups, call up and you can ask us any question you want, and we'd be happy to chat with you about that and getting into that. That's our powerhouse folks in those groups. And also, guys, we will be seeing you tomorrow for Thursday's live, as always. And we'll have a Wolf Bite Wednesday for you today, if possible. We always try to get a really cool new video out for you each Wednesday. Go on our YouTube and check out those Wolf Bites. There's a playlist there, and there's some really awesome Wolf Bites in there. So guys, until we see you next, practice being a good student. Apply yourself to be a good student. Always take notes. That's another thing. I got to mention that because I'm a huge on notes. I'll credit half of my success to being a good note taker. I really took good notes, and I learned stuff fast because I took good notes and I could refer to the notes constantly. So that's a really key thing, to be a really good student, have a good note-taking system where you not only take them, but you refer back to them on a regular basis. All right, so today you are a better student because of just that tip right there. But also get the chart and know the traits and be able to get into that good student role. Remember your affirmations. Okay, so I love spending this time with you. And I know a lot of you guys are going through some horrible winter conditions. Like I said, my heart goes out to you. I grew up in Minnesota. I've gone through about over 20 Minnesota winters, so I definitely know where you're coming from. So stay warm, stay safe, and our prayers are with you. And until we see you either later today or tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and as always, taking action.